So, in crazy stuff with Twitter, and as a de facto fan of the Indiana Fever, I know coaching malpractice when I see it. I know incompetence in coaching when I see it. And Teresa Weatherspoon is the furthest thing from that. The furthest thing from that. And some Chicago Sky fans literally want her fired. Before we get on to things, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We're trying to hit 18.7k by the end of the day. Right now we're 96 off. But lads, what is this all about? What is this all about? Teresa Weatherspoon. Let's even just look at her accolades as a coach. She is a NCAA Division I champion. She won the Wade Trophy. She's a 2-time WNBA Defensive Player of the Year, a 5-time WNBA All-Star. She led the league in assists in the first season, I think. 6 by Italian League All-Star. She, as a coach, she was the Louisiana Tech head coach for 5 years. Then was an assistant coach for the damn Pelicans for 3 years. And now is the coach of the Chicago Sky. And I'm looking at stuff like this, like fire the coach, are you all serious? We have a former Depoy as a coach in her first season in the league. I know we nitpick but what she's doing wrong, but fire is excessive. She was a player development coach in the, let's be real, it's not called the MNBA, it's called the NBA. Give her time to develop the team. She is the perfect coach, by the way, for this team. She is the perfect coach. First of all, this year, Teresa Weatherspoon being the Kennedy Carter whisperer is one of my favorite things to watch. Look at her talk after Carter's Tech. You see a coach who clearly understands a player's competitiveness. You guys do not understand the Kennedy Carter stuff. Teresa Weatherspoon is a player's coach. She is the perfect coach for an Angel Reese. She's the perfect coach for a Kennedy Carter. So Teresa Weatherspoon is, she's a player's coach. She was a player herself. She's going to get the best out of her players. And that is important. Is she the best as far as X's and O's? No. God, no. But you can see her, the relationship she has with Angel Reese, and especially the most important thing is the Kennedy Carter relationship. Kennedy Carter was out of the WNBA. You could even hear back in 2020, if you hear Sue Bird talking about Kennedy Carter, she literally was like, if Kennedy Carter can get her SH1T together, she's going to be unstoppable in this league. But yet, Kennedy Carter had not been able to get her SH1T together. She'd been fighting teammates. She was kicked off international teams. She was kicked off 2 WNBA teams. She was a locker room cancer for years. And now suddenly with the Sky, we're getting to see the best guard in the WNBA in Kennedy Carter right now. She's the best guard in the WNBA. You're getting to see the quickest player in the league who is pretty much unstoppable. Who is unstoppable when they get going. You're getting to see Angel Reese play the best that she can be. I'm telling you right now, if Angel Reese is playing for the Mystics, playing for that GM's son, no. She wouldn't be doing much. I'm telling you, if Angel Reese was playing for the Mystics, we would not be talking about there being a Rookie of the Year race right now. But Angel Reese is in the perfect situation. She's in the perfect situation for her playing for the perfect coach. If you want to get, she seems just to be the player that, or the coach that can get the best out of her players. Look, other than Marina Mabrey, just missing shots. She's gotten the best out of this team. This team stinks player for player. Other than Kennedy Carter and Angel Reese. But this is a team that was expected to be dead last. They were expected to be dead last in the standings. And they're going to make the playoffs. If there's either, between them, the Dream, and the Fever, if one of them aren't going to make the playoffs, it'll be the Fever. It'll be either the Dream or the Fever. They're going to make the playoffs. Because the difference is that the Fever, winning as many games without making the playoffs means you're pretty much guaranteed a top 3 draft pick, which is great. But if you are the Sky, you don't have your draft pick anyway, so you're trying to win. Either way, they are a tough, gritty defensive team, which is what you need when, other than Kennedy Carter, you've got nothing really on offense, or if Marina Mabrey happens to be shooting well on any given day. You've got no player you can give the ball to and they can score. Sometimes Dana Evans decides she wants to be a good offensive player, but that's really it. But as a man who was watching Christy Sides coach basketball, as someone who has watched Christy Sides coach basketball for the last 2 months, I cannot believe it. Look, whoever the Atlanta Dream coach is might be worse than Christy Sides. Genuinely might be worse. He pulled, this is a team that doesn't have their draft pick, and he pulled their starters halfway through the third. It wasn't even that bad a blowout. It wasn't even over. And he pulled the starters halfway through the third. I'm telling you, the Dream coach genuinely is worse than Christy Sides. Christy Sides may not be in the 2 worst coaches in the league. Heck, again, the Mystics coach maybe is not as bad, but at the same time, he's the damn GM's son. Like, he's a GM's son. Like, you're always going to look worse when you're an nepotism hire. But at the end of the day, there's no way. There is no way. If Chicago Sky fired Teresa Weatherspoon, like, if you get rid of Teresa Weatherspoon, you immediately become, I'm telling you, immediately become the worst team in the WNBA. It's not even necessarily on the players. It's not necessarily on her, like, absolutely unbelievable, like, generational coaching. It's that sometimes a coach fits a group of players. And maybe in a few years when likes of Reese develops her game, if Kennedy Carter, like, cements her spot in the league, and a few of the other players are, like, just going on, do I think she's going to be, like, great coaching this an ultra-talented, fast-paced offense like the Fever? No. But do I think she's perfect for what the Chicago Sky are right now? Yeah. And again, you never know when it comes to the next 5 or 6 years what way the Chicago Sky are going to look. You don't know what way certain things are going to be. But you do know that the current iteration of the Sky, getting rid of her as a head coach, makes absolutely zero sense. And I mean it. It makes absolutely no sense. And it would be the worst decision the Chicago Sky will make. Like, I'm telling you, when I'm talking about coaching malpractice, there are 3 coaches in the league that I would say is coaching malpractice. And I get it. Teresa Weatherspoon pulled Camila Cardoso yesterday when she was having her best game. Is that a dumb decision? Yes. Yes, it is. But how many games has, like, this team wouldn't even be in these games without her. I was about to say how many games has she won for them, and I'm like, not that many close ones, to be fair. But this team would be nowhere without her. This team would be getting blitzed by teams. Like, without a coach being able to get Angel Reese to do what Angel Reese is doing. I'm telling you, there would be some coaches that would have Angel Reese shoved on the end of the bench. I'm telling you that right now. But Angel Reese playing for a coach that gets her, a coach that is making sure she's in the best situation possible, is looking like is an all-star as a rookie. I'm telling you, there would be coaches that would put her on the end of the bench. They'd be dumb coaches, but there would be coaches that would do it. And you see Teresa Weatherspoon, she's not a dumb coach. She's not a dumb coach. Like, you don't last 3 years coaching with... You don't be as good a player as she was. You don't last 3 years coaching in the NBA as, like, a damn player development coach. You don't last that long if you're bad at your job. Let's be real. In the NBA, with those being most sought-after basketball jobs in the world, you don't last that long if you're bad at your job, especially if you're not, like, a nepotism hire. But anyway, yeah, that is pretty much it, lads. That is the video. Just something crazy that I just saw. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Please like, comment, and subscribe.